I've decided to do something crazy and just see what happens. I am a 30-year-old first-time business owner, and the reason why for so long I didn't love business, or I wasn't attracted to business, was because I just felt like there was this version of business that I didn't like, or I didn't want to be a part of. I didn't like the idea of business and exploiting people, profit over people, or just some of the models of business that I had seen, like especially in Haiti, that I didn't want to be a part of. I also grew up in a family where service is a huge part of our culture and what we do. We like serving people is just in our DNA, if that makes sense, or in just our family culture. So it just felt very intimidating. Not intimidating. It felt very opposite to think about business and service in the same box. And so it took time for me to first renew my mind on like what is business? What does business look like? What can business look like?
Bon, moi je les 6 francs. Bon, comme étant donné avec profession, je capable dire boss 6 francs. Même c'est peintre moi faire, Jean Carwell là.
One of the ways that my mind was renewed on like business was when I was in college and took this summer class on social entrepreneurship. And so the class was in Rwanda. So it was a great opportunity to travel to the African continent and see Rwanda. I had heard so many stories, watched the movies, but it was just great to be there. We got to visit different businesses who weren't just about profit, but were also about serving the communities that they targeted. So it just felt very wholesome, and that's where I just started to think about business in a different way. And of course, with having met different kinds of people in my life, friends who understood business differently, kind of opened my eyes to, you know what, business could be more than what I initially thought it was.
Et moi même profession en tout parce que il y a des moments difficiles que m'a traversé, je pense que je pas sorti. Et pourtant là pour là, je dois joindre un job et puis me résoudre tout problème. C'est une raison que moi mes métier en pile.
Now that I'm doing it and stepping into a different phase of the business, now that I'm like diving in, the crazy part is not just I want to serve and do business together. Yes, that's part of it, of course. Like, and I'm really proud of the team that we're growing and their heart for service as well, because I want service to be at the heart and the heart of the business that I'm building. Yes, absolutely. But that's not even it. That's not the crazy part. The crazy part is that I'm on a journey to figuring out how to do business with God's wisdom. There are things that I've seen businesses do, and sometimes they are successful. For example, I watched a clip of a famous YouTuber and business owner, entrepreneur, that talked about how in order to have the success that he has, there are things that he has to do, the kind of work that he has to put in. It's like nobody wants to put in that work, which is why like he's there, but also it's at the cost of his mental health and a lot more other things. And I watched the video and I was like, I don't think that God created me, us, and give us a mind, a beautiful brain, and a body, and told us take care of it, and then create and then only for us to kind of sacrifice those things in order to achieve success. I think that there's another way.
Ça gen à peu près 30 ans et au plus. On va même dire à peu près non, il gen 30 ans au plus depuis que ce métier a m'exercer.
There's a dry cleaning place that's close to my house, and every time I pass by it, I've used their services, but every time I pass by it, there's just something that comes to mind. They're basically open 7 days a week. And for a client, maybe that's convenient, because if I'm coming back from something on a Sunday or on a Saturday or some day of the week, then I know, okay, I can go in and get my dry cleaning done. But from a business owner perspective, I'm just like, I don't want that. I don't want to be open 7 days a week, no breaks, no rest. I want to do this something differently. I want to follow God's wisdom, and part of His wisdom is work and rest. In Genesis, it talks about how God created the world in 6 days and then rested on the seventh day. He didn't rest because He had to. He was leading us and showing us that rest is important. So why would I basically want to be more intentional and think about all the ways, all the little things and big things where everybody else, the world is telling me, hey, this is how you do business. You want to be successful, stay open 7 days a week. But then the Bible and wisdom from God is saying something else, and is telling me rest. And rest is important, and prioritize rest and be intentional about rest. So I wanna see both through. I wanna understand what this is and how to pursue this, God's wisdom, in business specifically.
Là où on travaille comme si on exerce une profession, premier monde qui pour ouais si le bon, c'est eux même qui supposé ouais le bon. Deuxième là c'est client et ainsi de suite, l'autre monde capable ouais et puis capable demander boss ça font travail pour eux.
It was a journey. Some days I have it figured out. Some days there's still so many questions that I have, but I want to go back to the basics. I want to keep renewing my mind on every little thing, and not questioning every little thing, but yeah, questioning every little thing to see, okay, is this the way that we've been doing this? Is this because it's the right thing to do, or is it because we haven't considered a more intentional and Christ-centered way of doing things? So that's my journey. That's the crazy thing that I'm trying to figure out. And it's gonna get bolder and bolder, but I realize one thing. In order for this intentional business journey to happen, I need a ton of faith. This will not happen without faith, because it literally, and that's the crazy part that I'm talking about, is literally being like, God, this is my business. I'm giving it to you. Do whatever you want to do with it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how things go. But yeah, let's if you wanna stick around for that journey, we'll do that together. I don't know what the format will be for the next videos, but yeah, we're gonna be talking about intentional living intentional business, marketing too, because, and just, yeah, how to live more intentionally in everything that we do, and especially in business. Okay, bye. This is my first official, I'm back on YouTube, guys. I'm back on YouTube.